Good afternoon, folks. It's Brian Paragamian, senior trader and co-founder of ProfessionalStockTraderLive.com, bringing the closing commentary for Thursday, June 4th. I apologize, I haven't been here in a couple of days, but I've been extremely busy taking care of our members here. Today, the Dow closes up 75 points, gets back everything and then some from yesterday's minuscule decline. We were down 130 at one point yesterday, rally to close down a little over 60 or right around 60. Today, we're up 75. What intrigues me here today is we have the bond market getting hit. We've got 10-year notes approaching 3.72 on yields. I think if you start pushing over 3.75 and more importantly heading towards the 4 level, I think that's when we gotta step back a little bit and say, is there gonna be a perception that some of this might choke the economic recovery off, or maybe choke some of the housing refinancing off? But look, we're not really getting a whole lot in the housing market as far as building permits, houses being built, any of that. So I don't really think the consumer is doing a whole lot anyways. You take a look at what came out this morning with the same store sales, very, very mixed report. Now tomorrow, the most important number of the week, non-farm payroll jobs. Who knows where it's going to come in. Wednesday we had the ADP come out, worse than expected. Today we had initial claims, came in pretty much in line, so we'll have to see how things are going to play themselves out. Many of the retailers got hit today. Guess after the close tonight, Guess, GES, the Guess clothing company, came out with earnings after the close, better than expected. They also guided upward for second quarter of 2009. So Guess would be a stock I'd be looking at. GES would be a stock I'd be looking at tomorrow morning if the market pulls back early on any bad economic news. Also, I'd be looking at JWN, Nordstrom. You can take a look on the chart. It looks like it's got a real nice base in the 2090 area. I think if we have bad economic news again and it pulls back and holds that area and in fact is maybe even slightly up on the day, I think one can look at playing that from the long side. A couple other stocks I think are interesting. One, IBM did not participate today. What's that telling us? IBM, I said a couple days ago, looked like it could break out, broke out, since then pulled back, did nothing today. Apple continues to rip to the upside. You got the iPhone coming out here. When is it? Monday, Tuesday. The stock, 8 days we're counting now, outputting a lower low. Jammed on the RSI, jammed on the stochastics. I think you can look at legging into a short position there. 143.74, the close up 279. Absolutely crazy. Just yesterday you had an upgrade of the stock after it was up 6 consecutive days in a row heading into yesterday. 14% up, 82% up on the year when yesterday started. Who's recommending a stock like that? I just can't believe it. So I think Apple's a spot you can look at, possibly start laying into a short position. Also, I'll tell you another one that's very interesting is First Solar. While you've seen a lot of the other solar stocks moving higher, First Solar, after their earnings came out, rallied to over 200, and you take a look at each one of their successive highs have become lower highs. So I think First Solar, I think personally, is going to break down below the 175 level. I think it's a good short position up towards the 20-day moving average towards 187. Two stocks that I'm going to tell you about that look intriguing on the long side is Navistar and Tenneco, both in the auto industry. They make parts for the auto industry. I think ever since the GM announced bankruptcy on Monday, the stocks have kind of been chopping their way a little bit higher. They haven't really haven't done much since this week started. They're pretty much flatline on the week. But if you take a look at the charts here, I think they can move themselves higher from this level. Now, one thing I want to caution is you have the beginning of the month buying here. Is this the sell in May go away, or is the sell in June go away? Well, maybe not quite yet. I think if we start pushing through the 200-day on the exponential moving average on the SPX, which comes in right in this area, the 941, 942 area, I think we can be looking at higher prices on the SPX. And let me just pull the chart up here and tell you where I think the next target is we can move up to. If we take a look at the, let me just pull up a weekly chart here. If we pull up the weekly chart, the next area comes in, well, actually it's not cooperating with me here. The next area comes in right around the 973 area, if I'm remembering it off the top of my head. And that would actually tie in nicely. Actually, it's the 978 area. That ties in real nicely with where I think we potentially could rally to 9,000, 9,100. So I think we need to be on the lookout for that. But again, be cautious in here. You've started seeing a lot of speculation here again in a lot of the biotechs. Some of the smaller name biotechs have flown. I know some of that's associated with some news, but I just think it's getting a little frothy in here. And, you know, I think you need to just be cautious. Generally speaking, summer months aren't rip-roaring rallies. I don't expect it to be a rip-roaring rally again here either. So I say you be on cautious alert here, but I still say you have to respect the tape action. The tape action suggests that we are going to move higher. So that's what I wanted to say here today. Have yourselves a great evening. Again, I think Tenneco, TEN, Navistar, NAV, and Apple, or those two could be looked at on the long side. I think Apple and First Solar into some more strength can be looked at being put on the short side. Again, do your due diligence, look at the charts, and you know, don't just blindly short these stocks. You know, you have to do your homework on them a little bit. But those are just a couple ideas I wanted to share with you. And one other thing that I want to mention is if you're watching this video, then you must be looking for either some ideas, or maybe you're looking to learn a little bit about technical analysis. Go to our site, take advantage of our 3-day free trial. It is simply be sure you select the 3-day free trial. We'll get you set up on your 3-day free trial. I know once you watch our live webcast and you're a member of our service, you're going to absolutely love it. So please take advantage. You've got nothing to lose but time and money. Thanks for tuning in. Have yourselves a great evening. I've got to catch that phone call. Take care.